Have you ever met someone who talks sweeter than honey but never keeps their word? Someone who says, I go pay you tomorrow, no worry, but tomorrow never comes? Ah, my people, today's story is about one young man like that. His name was Jideofo, and in the busy town of Alafia, everyone knew Jideofo's favorite word was tomorrow. But life has a way of teaching stubborn people, and the lesson Jideofor learned nearly cost him his life. Gather close and listen, because this story will touch your heart and maybe even your pocket. In the heart of Alafia market, Jideofor sold rice, beans, pepper, and palm oil. He was tall, smooth-skinned, and handsome, with a smile that could melt even the coldest heart. Customers loved buying from him because he was funny and always ready with a joke. But Jideofor had one dangerous habit. He hated paying his debts on time. Whenever a supplier came to collect their money, Jideofor would flash his white teeth and say, "Ah, my brother, I beg no vex. I go pay you tomorrow. Tomorrow no dey fail." And somehow, with that smooth tongue, Jideofor always escaped until the next day. He owed Mama Ifelma for baskets of tomatoes, Babatunde for sacks of rice, and even his best friend Chike for small loans. At first, everyone laughed and said, Jideofor is young. He will settle us soon. But days turned to weeks, and Jideofor's tomorrow became a song in the market. Children teased him singing, Tomorrow Jideofor, promise today, pay never. Business was booming, but Jideofor never kept his word. When Mama Ifelma asked for payment, Jideofor scratched his head. Ah, Mama, my customer no be pay me. Give me till tomorrow. When Babatunde demanded his rice money, Jideofor laughed and waved his hand and said, Baba, abeg, calm down. Tomorrow I go settle you finish. Even kind-hearted Chike began to worry. Chike, concerned, said to him, Jideofor, your tomorrow dey tire me. You dey owe almost everybody for this market. But Jideofor only winked and replied, My guy, no fear. Money dey come. Tomorrow we go laugh together. The more Jideofor promised, the more he spent his money on flashy clothes and late-night parties instead of paying his debts. His store was filled with goods, but his pockets were as empty as a dry calabash. One evening, a stranger arrived in Alafia. His name was Chief Balogun, a powerful trader from Lagos, known for lending money to market people. His agbada shone like fresh palm oil, and his eyes were sharp like a hawk's. Jideofor, hungry for more goods, saw opportunity. He bowed respectfully and said, Chief, good evening, sir. I hear say you dey help traders. I need money to expand my store. Tomorrow I go pay you back. No shaking. Chief Balogun studied him carefully, and in a stern voice, he replied him, Young man, I don't play with money. Tomorrow means tomorrow. Don't joke with me. No wahala, Chief. I be man of my word. But you and I already know Jideofor's word was lighter than dry gari in the Hamatan wind. Tomorrow came, but Jideofor had spent the money on a big party for his friends. When Chief Balogun returned, Jideofor tried his old trick. Jideofor, in a nervous laugh, said, Ah, Chief, abeg, small problem happen. Give me just one more tomorrow. Chief Balogun's smile disappeared. His voice was low and cold as he replied, Young man, in my world, promises are blood. You fail me again and you will regret it. Jideofor's heart beat like a talking drum, but he forced a laugh, then said, Chief, no worry, I dey control am. Balogun said nothing more, but that night, Jideofor could not sleep. He remembered the whispers about Chief Balogun's men, how they dealt with those who failed to pay. Still, he whispered to himself, I go find money tomorrow. Tomorrow go save me. The next evening, as the market emptied, two tall men in dark clothes appeared at Jideofor's store. They carried long sticks and eyes colder than river stones. The first guy said, Chief Balogun sent us. Where is the money? Jideofor, in a shaking voice, replied, I will pay tomorrow. The second guy then answered as he stepped closer, Tomorrow? You think Chief is playing? If we don't see money tonight, you will not wake to see tomorrow. Jideofor's knees went weak. He dropped to the ground begging, "Please give me one more chance. I will pay, I swear." "Chief wants to see you now," said one of the men. They both grabbed Jideofor roughly and dragged him to an abandoned warehouse at the edge of town. The warehouse smelled of old palm wine and danger. Chief Balogun sat on a carved chair like a king in a dark court. Two more men stood behind him holding heavy canes. Chief Balogun said coldly, "Young man, I warned you. In my world, tomorrow is a lie. Where is my money?" Gideonso started sobbing. "Chief, I beg, just give me till..." Chief Balogun interrupted, with his voice sounding like thunder. "Tomorrow? You dare bring that word here?" They tied Gideofor's hands and beat him, not to kill, but to remind. Each stroke sang like a warning drum. Promises are blood. Promises are blood. Chief Balogun, after several blows, "This is only a taste. By sunrise, if my money no appear, you will beg for darkness." Gideofor gasped, crying, begging for mercy. That night, Jideofor was dumped outside the warehouse, bruised and bleeding. Fear burned in his chest like hot pepper. He ran from house to house, begging the very people he had deceived. "Mama Ifeoma, please, I need help. Chief Balogun will kill me. Lend me money, I beg." Mama Ifeoma folded her arms. "Jideofor, you still owe me for 3 baskets of tomatoes. How can I trust you?" Jideofor, desperate, turned to Babatunde. "Babatunde, help me. My life dey in danger." But Babatunde shook his head. "Young man, a mouth that lies cannot eat trust." Even kind-hearted Chike looked at him sadly as he said, "I warned you. Words without action are like smoke. They disappear." Jideofor fell to his knees, his tears mixing with the dust. He finally understood. His sweet promises had built a wall around him, and now no one could break it but himself. Before dawn, Jideofor gathered every kobo he could find, sold his fine clothes, his rich watch, even his last bag of rice. With trembling hands, he carried the money to Chief Balogun's compound. Chief Balogun then counted the money slowly and said to Jideofor, "Good. You have learned. Remember this night. Tomorrow is for fools. Only today pays debt." Jideofor left with his life, but not his pride. From that day, he walked like an ant, paying every old debt before touching new money. The children of Alafia changed their song to a warning. Today, Jideofor. Today, Jideofor. Promise today, pay today. And perhaps those children were wiser than they knew. Their little song carried a lesson that every one of us can learn from. Let us keep our promises strong and our character even stronger. Because a person's greatest wealth is not found in their pockets, but in the trust they earn from others. And so, our story comes to an end. But remember, every village has its lessons, every town has its secrets, and every life has a story waiting to be told. If stories like this warm your heart and leave you with something to think about, then stay close. There will always be another tale waiting when we meet again. Until next time, may your words always be as good as your handshake.